Hey fourth graders, this video is to help explain to you how to do page 138, 138 of your thick math workbook. So it's the one that's thick. Okay, so the first time I'm just going to read the directions out loud, and then the second time I'll go a little bit more in depth. So we are on page 138. This is called Music Academy. Show what you're thinking and the answer. Number 1, the Music Academy was founded in 1847. A, in what year was the Academy 95 years old? B, in what year was the Academy 150 years old? C, in what year will the Academy be 275 years old? Number 2 asks you to fill in the blanks. So I noticed that there's an equal sign. That means that each side of the equation has to be equal to each other. Number 3, fill in the ratio table below. So if one package has 16 tortillas, I wonder how many tortillas there would be if there's 2 packages. Number 4, the top part of the ratio table below is missing. Fill in the blanks in the mystery ratio table below. Ooh. So it looks like the first part is missing, but you have all this information here to help you. So if there's 11 of something, there's 143 total. So you have to find the pattern for that one. All right, if you understand how to do it, go ahead and get started on page 138. Take a great picture, a clear one, and submit it to your teacher. If you have questions, let them know. Otherwise, I'm going to go a little bit more in detail here. All right, let's do A. In what year was the Academy 95 years old? I know that the Academy was founded, which means it started in 1847. So if it started in 1847, in what year was the Academy 95 years old? Well, if the Academy is trying to be 95 years older, when will it be 95 years old? Would I go back in time or would I go forward in time from this? I think I would go forward. So going forward would mean I would need to add. So I would add 95. Notice how that when I add these up, my 1s are lined up in the same place value, and my 10s are lined up. So I'm going to add 7 to 5. That will give me 12, but I'm going to put a 2 here and carry the 1 up. Then I'm going to add these numbers. And I got 14, so I'm going to put the 4 and carry the 1 and solve the rest of this. Whatever answer you get, write it here. B, in what year was the Academy 150 years old? So again, I'm going to start with the year 1847. And now I'm trying to find out when will the Academy be 150 years old. So it means it's been existing for 150 years. And that's similar to problem A, so I'm going to add then. So add 150. Again, notice how my place values lined up. And I'm going to go ahead and add these. Whatever answer I get, I'm going to write it right here. C, in what year will the Academy be 275 years old? That's the same thing as these two. So again, I'm going to do 1847. And it doesn't make sense for me to do minus 275. That doesn't make sense because that would mean I'm going back in time. And we're not going back in time. We're trying to figure out how, in what year will the Academy be 275? So is this how I would line it up? This is a very common mistake. This is wrong because the 5 is in the 1's place. So technically it needs to be right here. So this is also not good. I just wanted to do that to show you. So I want to line it up. And then go ahead and add that answer up, and whatever answer you get, put it right here. You don't have to solve it this way. Maybe you want to draw your base 10 blocks. You can do that too for addition. Let's go to number 2. Fill in the blanks. 76 plus 85 equals 75 plus something. So how I like to look at this problem is I make a little imaginary line, and I know that each side needs to be equal to each other. So 75 plus 85, I could solve that to get my answer and then subtract 75 from the answer, and whatever number I get would go here. Or I could use my mental math. I see that there's 76 and 75. This kind of reminds me of that one strategy called give and take that we talked about in class. So it looks like we took one away from 76 to make 75. So that means I have to add one, because that's the give and take method. So one more than 85 is 86. If I want to double check, I'm going to add them up myself. So 76 plus 85. Ooh, whoa, that was a little weird there. 6 plus 5 is 11. I'm going to carry that, and then it's basically 8 plus 8, which is 161. So this side is 161. Let's double check this side now. I've got 75 plus 86. 5 plus 6 is 11. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. So my answer is 161. They are equal to each other, so I know I did that right. So I use the give and take strategy for this. For this problem, I see that it's 298 plus a number equals 300 plus 127. So I'm going to do my technique again. I'm going to pretend there's an imaginary line and I'm trying to make them equal. Well, I notice that there's 298 and 300 here. It looks like it's a give and take, and it looks like I added 2 to make it 300. So if I added 2, I must have subtracted 2 from a number to give this. So something minus 2 equals 127. Whatever that answer is, that number is right here. Same thing over here now. 725 plus 174 equals a number plus 99. So I'm going to draw my imaginary line here. And it looks like 174 plus 25. I'll give you a hint there. And then this was minus 25. So that's for you to figure out. All right, number 3, fill in the ratio table below. So if I have one package, so you can think of a package as like a box or a bag or whatever. In this case, it's tortilla, so it's probably going to be in a bag. So one bag, one package, gives you 16 tortillas. So if one bag gives me 16 tortillas, which are the things that you use to make quesadillas, which I love. If I have 2 bags, so here's my second bag, or second package, sorry. How many tortillas do I have? Write your answer here. Ooh, this one gets a little tricky. Now, if I have 64 tortillas, how many packages or bags do I have for that? So essentially you're counting by 16. And how many times by 16 did you count by is the answer here. So in other words, the pattern for this is times 16. All right, 8. If I have 8 packages, so if I have 8, that is 5, 6, 7, 8. How many total tortillas do I have all together? Okay, so this whole ratio table is for you to figure that out. Number 4, the top part of the ratio table below is missing. Fill in the blanks in the mystery ratio table below. So up here, you'll notice that one package gives you 16. Usually in a ratio table, that's given to you, except for this one, it's not. So you have to figure out, or we have to figure out, what number could go here. So we're going to use these other numbers as clues for us. So 11 of something gives us 143. So you know what? I'm going to do this the long way. So I could say 11 times something equals 143. So that's basically saying 143, you remake that, divided by 11 equals a number, right? So I'm not good with my 11s, so I'm going to count by 11s. So 1 group of 11 is 11. Count again is 22, 33, 44. I like 11s because the numbers are the same for a while. 55, 66, 77, 88, 99. I'm not there yet. 110. 111 more would be 121. 11 more would be 132. 11 more would be 143. Did I get there? I did. And it looks like I counted how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that means 11 times, I'm going to make a different color so you can see. 13 equals 143, or 143 divided by 11 equals 13. So what does that tell me? It's telling me that it's times 13. That's my pattern. That's the biggest clue I can give you there. So now for this, 12 times 13 equals 156. So now I need to figure out what's 13 times 13, or 13 groups of 13 is what? And for this one, I got to go back a little bit. So 13 groups of what equals 130? Well, I know there's a 0 there, and I know that we learned the strategy. We can just cover up the 0. And any number times 10 is a number itself plus a 0. So that means this must be 10, actually. So 10 times 13 equals 130. All right, if you still have questions, send your teacher a message on Schoology. I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Bye.